Team USA starts strong at World Para Athletics Championships with gold and silver medals. The stadium lights blaze against the twilight sky as the World Para Athletics Championships roared into life. The energy was different from any other sporting event. Raw, emotional, inspiring. Every athlete on the track and field carried not just the burden of performance, but the weight of resilience, of proving to the world that disability does not mean inability. And at the heart of it all was Team USA. On opening day, the stars and stripes were raised high as American athletes stormed into action, capturing both gold and silver medals in events that pushed the limits of human endurance. The victories weren't just about podium finishes. They were about stories of survival, of comeback, of triumph over adversity. The message was clear. Team USA had arrived, and they meant business. The arena of heroes. Para-athletics championships differ from other competitions in a crucial way. Every single competitor has fought battles off the field before stepping onto it. Some had overcome life-changing injuries, others congenital impairments, and many bore scars, both visible and invisible, that told tales of struggle and resilience. The stadium was a living monument to courage. Wheelchairs gleamed under the lights, prosthetic blades carved into the track. The rhythmic thud of racing wheelchairs, the explosive starts of visually impaired sprinters guided by partners, the soaring leaps of amputee jumpers. It was sport in its purest, rawest form. And when the announcer called, "Representing the United States of America," the crowd erupted. For decades, the USA had been a powerhouse in para-athletics, and expectations were sky-high. The gold medal moment. The first major triumph came in the women's T54 400-meter final, a high-octane race featuring the world's fastest wheelchair racers. At the center of it all was Jessica Carter, a 27-year-old Paralympian from Texas who had lost the use of her legs in a car accident at age 16. 10 years ago, she was told she might never live independently again, let alone pursue competitive sport. But here she was, lean, powerful, and determined. From the gun, Jessica exploded from her chair like a rocket. Her arms churned in perfect rhythm, propelling her forward with sheer force. She surged ahead by the first bend, but two rivals from China and Switzerland closed in. By the halfway mark, all three were neck and neck, the crowd on its feet. With 100 meters to go, Jessica found another gear. She gritted her teeth, pumping her arms so hard it looked as though her chair might lift from the ground. She crossed the line first, arms raised, tears in her eyes. Goal for Team USA. As the flag draped across her shoulders, she whispered into the cameras, "This isn't just my medal. It's for every kid who thinks their dreams end with a wheelchair. They don't. They begin." Her words sent chills across the stadium, across social media, across the world. Silver with a golden heart. Just minutes later, another American hero made headlines in the men's T64 long jump final, where athletes with prosthetic blades soared into the sand. This was the stage of Michael Andrews, a 22-year-old from California who lost his right leg to bone cancer at the age of 12. Unlike many, Michael had grown up idolizing both Olympic and Paralympic champions, and he dreamed of jumping, not just competing. The competition was fierce. A German jumper set the early mark at 7.52 meters. Michael answered with 7.49, barely trailing. The crowd gasped as he sprinted down the runway on his carbon fiber blade, leapt with astonishing force, and landed with sand flying like fireworks. On his final attempt, Michael soared 7.61 meters, clinching silver. Though he missed gold by just 2 centimeters, his reaction was pure joy. He pumped his fists, hugged his coach, and pointed to the stands where his parents waved an American flag. In interviews, Michael said, "They said, cancer took my leg, but what I've learned is it gave me wings." The silver medal felt as valuable as gold, a beacon of hope for countless kids battling illness. The power of representation. Team USA's early haul of medals was more than just numbers on a tally sheet. For millions watching at home, it was representation. Proof that disability was not the end of ambition, but a different pathway to it. Young girls in wheelchairs watched Jessica Carter and saw themselves racing the world's best. Children with prosthetic limbs saw Michael Andrews fly into the sandpit and realized their bodies, too, could be instruments of greatness. Representation matters. And in Beijing, Dubai, Paris, New York, wherever the broadcast streamed, hearts swell with pride and possibility. The legacy of Team USA in parasport. The United States has long been a leader in para-athletics. From the trailblazing days of wheelchair racing pioneers to modern multi-event Paralympians. Legends like Tatiana McFadden, who won 17 Paralympic medals, set the standard for what American athletes could achieve. Now, a new generation was taking the baton. Jessica, Michael, and countless others were rewriting the script. Faster, stronger, hungrier than ever. Their success on day one of the championships reminded the world of USA's enduring dominance, but also the progress being made globally. The level of competition had never been higher, which made these medals even more significant. Behind the glory, the untold stories. What television doesn't always show are the sacrifices. Jessica trained 6 days a week, pushing her wheelchair until her arms blistered, lifting weights until her muscles ached. Michael endured countless surgeries and hours of physiotherapy before even stepping on the track. Their family sacrificed too, time, money, emotional energy, all for moments like this. Behind every medal was a village of support, from doctors and prosthetic engineers to coaches and psychologists. These victories weren't accidents. They were the product of resilience, science, community, and above all, belief. The ripple effect. Back in the USA, the ripple effect of these wins was immediate. Schools screened the races in assemblies. Newspapers splashed Jessica and Michael's faces across front pages. Social media flooded with hashtags like hashtag Team USA Pride, hashtag Parastrong, and hashtag Limitless. For parents of children with disabilities, the medals weren't just athletic triumphs. They were lifelines of hope. Messages poured into Team USA's social channels. My daughter just asked me for a racing chair after watching Jessica. My son with a prosthetic leg says he wants to be like Michael one day. This was the power of para-athletics. Beyond gold and silver, beyond records and stats, it was about changing lives. Looking ahead, day one was only the beginning. Team USA's early momentum promised a championship filled with more podium finishes, more records broken, and more stories that would echo for generations. Jessica Carter's gold and Michael Andrews' silver set the tone, but the hunger in the camp was undeniable. Relay teams sharpened their exchanges. Throwers warmed up their arms for shot, put, and discus. Distance athletes prepared to push their lungs to the limit. And if this was the opening chapter, the rest of the story promised to be unforgettable, because in para-athletics, every medal is more than medal. It is a testament to humanity's unbreakable will. Team USA had started strong, and they weren't stopping anytime soon. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.